Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody.
Smoke Post, they just send you a cool box every month.
Bro, you gotta teach me to...
As you can see there,
First of all,
My name's John Sepp. I don't hire workaholics. I'll tell you why. If you look at great managers, great investors, great entrepreneurs, you're going to find a culture. What they do with their spare time. And you're going to find out it's something in the arts, or it's something in sports, or it's something that has nothing to do with business. Because you need between the chaos of the arts and the discipline of business. I don't hire workaholics. I'll tell you why. If you look at great managers, great...
At the end of the day, money laundering, if you're in the position to launder money, that means it has some success in drug dealing. The vast majority of drug dealers on planet Earth are doing it out of sheer desperation because they have no other choice. They're literally doing it for no reason. And they will never ascend high enough in the business to even have enough. You know, it's like the Scarface line when Tony first meets Frank.
You're gonna find out what to do with all the fucking guys.
I had that problem. At the end of the day, money laundering is a privilege.
So you really want to be this difficult, sir? I already on the bench. Okay. I've been since I owned a house right now. I'm 23 years old. I had a new girlfriend. Her name was Carrie. And it's been from my interview, but you know what I'm saying? They blocked me out. The Jewish media blocked me out. This shit lit, right? I'm lit, right? I'm lit. I'm lit. You know what I'm saying? JP Morgan, I put $140 million into JP Morgan, and they treated me like shit. So if JP Morgan Chase is treating me like that, how they treating the rest of y'all? And this burger was for Chase account. That's what I'm saying. I am outraged. By the time people always, they want to calm it down. Because no matter what, you didn't break no law. I didn't break a law. I didn't break a law. Make sure you be a judge or jury on anything. But this is, it's like a social contract. Candace Owens has a word for it, forget it. But it's basically like, they told Candace Owens she couldn't hang out with me. You know, I'm here because I ain't have no outlet. I was on Tucker Carlson, right? And people, Trump supporters, they think it's so, you know, they think it's nice that a black guy supports Trump. But it's like, would they really support me when I do? Because they said legally I'm not allowed to say what's happening in 2024. Now, at this point, a lot of people would go directly to torching. Now, if I was on a job and I had helpers and we were wanting to move quick, I probably would torch right now. But if I was by myself and I had a lot of square footage, I know that torching this would heat up the surface and further cure that epoxy, losing me working time that maybe I would want if something happened. Does that make sense? So when I'm working by myself, I usually say, hey, I don't care how long it takes, but I'm going to do everything I will have to do to manipulate color, and torching is going to be the very last thing I do on this job. So the one thing you'll notice, though, about that is if you guys spray a lot of colors and bubbles come up through it, you're going to get little broken little pop marks. Some people love that, some people hate it, but just realize where it comes from. So if I was to wait and torch this later, some of those little bubbles might leave a dispersed pattern in my sprayed colors. So now at this point,
so me and my boyfriend have this app.
Want to see more? TikTok for adults.
Have you ever seen the baboons that raise dogs? They steal dogs.
What if I told you Elon Musk was the real life Tony Stark? He has a pair of $15,000 Tesla Jordans covered in actual python skin. Falling, broke, jumping. He bought one of only 7 $20 million McLaren F1s shipped to the U.S. only to crash it without insurance. He bought a $1 million Lotus that was featured in a James Bond film that converts from a car to a submarine. Elon knows water, the essence of beauty. He bought a $37,000 custom ring from Ben Baller with a trillion-cut Tesla diamond. Perfect accessory for a Silicon Valley supervillain. Flies a $70 million private Gulfstream jet that uses up more fossil fuel than Jurassic Park. He made a $120 million investment in a secret tunnel under Los Angeles just to save 10 minutes on his commute to work. Minor price to pay for major convenience. Coded his first game at the age of 12. Elon ain't have time for little.
Cars are crazy. This is a transformer. This is a microwave transformer. This is a small capacitor. This is a large capacitor. And this is a microwave capacitor. This is a resistor. This
is a microwave resistor. This is a diode. This is a microwave diode. And this is a magnetron I can't get to run because, yeah, I don't know how to heat that oxide up there. I keep it in a plastic bag because if you break that and inhale it, it's really bad for you. And that I can't get it to run is probably also for the better. And also, thank you guys for 100 follows in a day. I never thought I'd gain followers this fast. I love you.
% of the world, this idea of a United Nations, this is the world that needs to come together. This is the world that, I mean, here's the obvious go-to. Biden doesn't listen to Elon Musk. The president of the United States does not have meetings with Elon Musk. That is fucking, hey, here, come get me. That's fucking retarded. I know I'm not supposed to say that, Biden, but that's fucking retarded, Biden. And you know, it's, and obviously because I've been dealing with mental health, all this, I have the right to use whatever words that I like to use.
Well, that's interesting. So
hey, ask another question.
Well, yeah, let me ask you on that. So you just said something very inflammatory about President Biden. It will, as you know, offend a lot of people.
Yeah.
And it will particularly offend people who work in mental health. You say you should not use a word like retarded. But you say that because you yourself have had mental health issues.
There's, you know, 1% of the world are placed in power and 99% of the world are the audience. So that 1% of the world, this idea of the United Nations, this is the world that needs to come together. This.
Like, girl. Sorry, not you.
Ask me a question.
Are you a virgin? Probably, because you see.
What? Wait, probably why?
Wait, are you gay?
No, I'm not. What kind of questions are these? Why are you filming me?
You're one of them queers.
I just want to have a serious conversation.
Oh, but we're laughing.
He's black. You're laughing, but that doesn't mean like morally it's that.
Bro, you just want to argue with them. Like,
when you find your man cheating on you,
we're not gonna be owned the Jewish media anymore. If you think about every celebrity,
Kanye.
if you look at their contract, and I'm gonna finish what I'm saying.
I know, but you have to understand this idea of the Jewish media. That's not how it works. You're talking to me right now.
So every celebrity,
Go ahead.
every celebrity has Jewish people in their contract. This is not hate speech. This is the truth. We're not gonna be owned by the Jewish media anymore. If you think about every celebrity,
Kanye.
if you look at their, for many people who spill over into the nuclear war, we don't know. We don't know.
And you can ignore me. You can ignore me.
Pierce, how much money are you worth?
Not as much as you, sadly.
on the neck. It was asphyxiation that killed George Floyd. However, there was a ton of evidence that George Floyd consumed a toxic, lethal cocktail of fentanyl and methamphetamine.
Did it appear that Mr. Floyd said, I ate too many drugs?
Yes, it did. Let's put it in perspective. 3 grains of fentanyl on the head of a lead pencil, enough to kill you, enough to kill me. And so they had to continuously inculcate the public to believe that Derek Chauvin intentionally, premeditatedly murdered George Floyd, and drugs had absolutely nothing to do with it. As Lindsay and the toxicologist.
Oh, yes. In other circumstances, had Mr. Floyd been home alone in his locked residence with no evidence of trauma, and the only autopsy finding was that fentanyl level, then yes, I would certify his death as due to fentanyl toxicity.
I know what it is.
It's still dirty. It's still dirty. It's still dirty. My cup's still muddy, nigga. My cup's still muddy. It's still dirty. It's still dirty. It's still dirty. My cup's still muddy, nigga. My cup's still muddy. It's still dirty.
And I'm taking shit. Ain't no reason. Ain't no reason shit. Every day my right day. So I made a wish. Every day my right day. So shut up my dick. Right now. Right now. Who the shit up? Who the shit up? Bitch, I'm a king. I'm trying to fill my cup. Who the shit up? Push up. And I'm taking shit. Ain't no reason. Ain't no reason.
I got my songs. I could go off and just go to, Hawaii and live a nice life. That means that God has called me to sacrifice all of that in order to bring the truth. That's what I'm saying. They don't cut my check. You listen to people that's getting a check cut by Jewish media. George Soros, come and meet with me directly. I told you, we ain't gonna send none of these people that you usually send. Charlamagne, you know all the names. I got my songs. I love rappers. Rappers are artists. But when media calls me a rapper, specifically to not bring up the fact that I'm worth $11 million, that I'm the richest black man of all time, that I'm a billionaire, that I'm a tycoon, that I'm a visionary. And if I say that, if I say those 3 things, then they'll say I'm a narcissist, right? But they push you down so much that you gotta fight just to say who you are. What I got from the documentary, from the Kennedy documentary, was I felt like it was fun. I felt that in the documentary, look at it, it's totally real. They want to call this guy like this. So who is that? I'm going to put it in the I'm giving you some kind of things that I can't pinpoint. And this idea, these martyrs that we have, these 14 kids dying in Chicago every single day, and they have this Jewish media, black media, trauma culture, trauma economy, the stuff that Charlamagne the God works for, stuff that Rosenberg works for, stuff that academics, the guys that academics, you got to understand, all these people that y'all listening to out here, I'm going to tell y'all, they getting their checks cut. And y'all, I need y'all to really respect what I'm doing, the stuff that I'm doing, I'm saying online, and love the fact, look, I got money, I got my songs, I could go off and just go to, Hawaii and live a nice life. That means that God has called me to sacrifice all of that in order to bring the truth. That's what I'm saying. They don't cut my check. You listen to people that's getting a check cut by Jewish media directly. I told you, You ain't gonna send none of these people that you usually send. Charlemagne, we know all the names. As a way to break down the hood in the 80s. They're using music as a way to break down our communities now. It's digital crack, right? So you can't name a Jewish drill rapper saying, yo, I'm a kite, spin the block, spin the kite, do a kite. You can't find a Chinese motherfucker talking about, yo, what is yellow man, fuck out of here. We the only culture that creates self-hate, destructive music, and we promote it and market it. It's about self-hate. It's systematic racism. You understand? So drill means kill. So how you think creates how you feel. How you feel becomes an emotion. That emotion becomes a vibration. That vibration becomes a magnet. So we only talk about death. If you're an op, you're not an op. You're a desperate. You're not a nigga. You're the villain of that. You're not a fuckboy. You created everything. See? So when you say things, because words have vibrations, and those vibrations are magnetic. So drill is just something used by our colonizers to keep us limited. Right?
We're 3 weeks out from the next election after the last one.
Rats are absolutely going to hate this announcement. The rats don't run this city. We do.
This is not a rat.
I'm not a coward, and I'm not going to cancel you, and I'm not going to uncensor you. I'm simply going to challenge you on what you're saying. I think you don't understand the pain that you've been causing with some of these comments. And I think that one in particular, I'm not...
Rats are absolutely...
And you can
You have friends...
I can win this classic. That's 10.
Welcome to Westfield. You go to...
And you can eat...
Find some more in the form of Victor Olaf.
AI is...
showing that markups have gone up beginning about 40 years ago.